I'm adding yet another reason to my list of why I love living in Tennessee.
Today, House Bill 1, called the Protecting Children from Gender Mutilation Act,
just passed in the Tennessee State House.
The bill prevents minors in Tennessee from initiating transgender-related puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones, and surgeries.
The bill is soon going to be sent to Governor Bill Lee's desk, which kicks off a 10-day countdown.
It means that if you don't want kids to be chemically castrated, you don't want kids to be mutilated, you don't want kids to be sterilized, this is a really great step.
This is a big win for Daily Wire.
Last week, Walsh gave a masterful testimony during the House deliberations for this bill.
Well, the claim that doing the chemical castration drugs or surgery or hormonal intervention, the claim that this prevents suicide or has positive psychological effects down the line is utterly, totally baseless. There are no credible long-term studies that bear that out. And one of the reasons for that is that there couldn't possibly be any credible long-term studies because we've never done this to kids on this scale ever before in history. So this current, shall we say, crop of children, they are the guinea pigs. This is all experimental. We're sort of trying it out on them to see if it works.
There is literally nobody who has created more tangible change in the protection of children than Matt Walsh.
The mission of the Daily Wire is to change culture.
Now, the simple fact of the matter is that Daily Wire actually does extraordinary work, not just in getting out the message, but in making sure that political change actually occurs.
These treatments and procedures have a lifetime of negative consequences that are irreversible. Irreversible. When you start cutting off body parts of a child because you're telling them that somehow or another there's something wrong with their body, and they already think that, it is dangerous, it is destructive, and I will say it, it is evil.
And Matt and the entire Daily Wire team, whether it is exposing what was happening at Vanderbilt Medical Center.
We revealed all of these hormone therapies that were going on at Vanderbilt. Matt Walsh has taken on this cause especially. As a father to 6, you can imagine, now living in Tennessee, it's particularly alarming. It has been a major win.
Whatever it is, Daily Wire is doing some really hard work on the ground. I will say, the opposition to the bill in Tennessee is totally insane.
Whether we are black, white or brown, native or newcomer, gay or straight, transgender or not, we all deserve the freedom to be ourselves, to be the people God created us to be.
We have taken away a woman's right to determine her health care and her health outcomes. Now we've gone into children, but we've also gone into adults with a bill that's coming up with not allowing adults that care. So the reality is here, we're targeting a group, again, just as we were on the last bill, and we are determining that a certain group of folks can't have hair when a physician has an oath to take care of their patients, and that's what they do.
The first rule of physicians is do no harm, obviously, and it seems pretty obvious that you are doing harm when you take teenage girls and you pump them filled with testosterone. Pretty obvious stuff. So that is a big win for Daily Wire. It is a big win for Matt Walsh in particular.
This law, which will soon be signed by the governor and then officially enacted, will actively save kids from one of the most sinister forms of child abuse the world has ever known. Laws just like it are being passed all across the country, which means not only that countless children will be protected from this evil, but also that the cultural tide is turning in a very real and measurable way. And that's not something that happens by accident. Now, it's true, as the saying goes, that culture is upstream from politics. And so this bill in Tennessee and others around the country are in large part a response to cultural changes. And those cultural changes are not incidental, but rather the direct result of work that has been done by many people in many places, including us here, of course, at the Daily Wire.
We're not out there passing laws. We're not out there running for office. We're in the culture. We're making movies. We're putting shows out every day. We're throwing rallies. He had the What is a Woman movie. Matt went out, had the rally to end the mutilation of children. He changed the culture a lot. And we can only do that because of you.
Lots of people on the right talk about fighting and call themselves fighters. But when I say that we're fighting here at the Daily Wire, this is what I mean. And of course, none of this is possible without our members, the films, the books, the investigative work, the rallies, everything else. Can't do any of that or achieve any of the victories without people who support us and support our work, and by supporting it, contribute to it. We aren't even remotely done, okay? This is honestly only the beginning. We've got a lot more in store for you. I promised you a year ago that we were going to war here, and I kept that promise. I'll keep this one too.